There's been a lot of activity in Parliament, whipping, de-whipping, some people getting jobs, other people getting them. Overall, is this a systematic process? It's just
look,
internal.
I made it very clear. Everything that I have done or I'm doing, especially with the start of my second term, there are a number of things I promised. In Kasarani, I promised that I would do everything in my power to achieve my big four. I said it there, and I'm still following on that route. I said I would do everything in my power to end corruption in this country. I said it there. I have not done anything against or deviated from that path. And Mutuma, I'm saying, don't base it on what I'm telling you now. Just go back to your office. I'm sure in your archives, just tell them, I want the speech the president made in his inauguration. So as a result of that, I want people who are not going to fight that agenda that I laid out and made to Kenyans. I want people who are going to support that agenda. All right? So if you feel you're not able to work in tandem with my agenda, please then, why don't you let me put somebody who is keen and eager to help me fulfill that agenda that I promised Kenyans in 2017 for the second time and in 2013 for the first time. That's all. So me, I'm not against anybody, I'm not for anybody, but if you feel you're not comfortable, then I say, then this gives you now free time to engage in whatever you want to engage in. But these positions are very critical to me and my fulfillment of this agenda. So let me put somebody who is willing to put their time and effort into it. And then it also frees you to do that which you please. That's what democracy is all about after all. Yeah.
Let me ask about the IEBC. We may have a referendum, we may not have a referendum. Do you have confidence that IEBC would be able to conduct?
I don't want to comment on that. But I know that there are people out there and the different political groupings, especially in Parliament, who has the final responsibility, who are looking to see what is the best way forward on that. I don't want to give an opinion one way or another because it would not be fair from my seat for me to say this, whether good or bad. I don't think it would be correct. There are a number of by-elections ongoing and other things. Now, if I was to say or answer that, I want to say that I am neutral in that debate. There are those who are engaged in it, and we wait to see what the outcome of that debate shall be.
How differently are we going to manage the economic stimulus process and resources? Because, in the past, we've had all these complaints. You have a good process like that, but the detail of the way it's managed, you have issues. So how differently are we going to take it to make sure that...
I think basically, if you look at the process that we have, and that's why I said, I sought to depoliticize it this time around. I sought to say, let us use the Nyumba Kumis, let us use local administrators, let us use local, religious leaders to pick and do all of these things. Let us also increase our use of technology, And that's why, for example, as I was saying, even in terms of food distribution and so on, I've said, no, let us identify the persons, let us give them the cash, let them decide what to buy. Let it not be that we're going to brokers and other cartel groups to buy food and go and distribute. Give the individual the money. Let them go out there. Let them do what they need to do. That's why I've also focused around and saying, let this particular stimulus be about especially wale wananchi wenzetu wa mashinani. And that's why we're actually calling it kazi mtaani, you know, so that we start to develop our inner cities, we start to develop our slum areas, and using their own labor, because they are the ones who know where their problems are, shida zao ziko wapi. We focus, you know, on that. And again, this is the other reason why I am very keen and I will not stop in pushing my fight against corruption, because it is corruption, it is cartels that have driven and have made a mess of some of the previous interventions. And that's why I've said I don't want political interference, I don't want interference from, let the decisions be made at the grassroots level. Let the people there decide who deserves, who needs, who should be working, and we roll this program as opposed from top saying this is what you're going to do, let it come from bottom up. Yeah.
From a personal perspective, what would you like your 2 terms to be remembered by? When people remember President Uhuru Kenyatta in 2056, what should come to mind?
I want to come to mind that we had democracy.
Yes.
Yeah? I am the first sitting president, number 1, to vie and lose and accept. I'm the first sitting president to vie, win, and have an election nullified. And I accepted that, right? I'd like to be remembered for everything that we have done as the first president under a new constitutional dispensation to put in effect, despite the challenges, a whole new structure and system of governance. I'd like to be remembered for the railway. I'd like to be remembered as the first president who did 10,000 kilometers of road when it took, 100 years to do 10,000. I have doubled the number of roads that we have done in this country. Right? These are, I can list Mutuma, and maybe one day I will show you. As the one who has once again revived the railway sector again, as the one who has revived Kisumu Port, is now operational and moving, as the one who did the first tarmac road to Lamu, as the one who first did the first electricity lines into Garissa to put them onto the grid. These are small, many. Many Mtuma. Many. Ukitaka tuhesabu nitakupatia kitabu iko size hii.